What's going on, bros and girls? Today I'll be doing a full review of the ICY DOCK ICYCube 4-bay hard drive and SSD external enclosure. Being someone who deals with large video and movie files for YouTube and such, I'm actually very glad to have one of these, as I will be backing up and storing all those files with this ICYCube. Now, before we get started with the review, I want to make sure you all know that this isn't meant to be a network attached storage or a NAS. It's literally an external drive enclosure that is less expensive and much easier to set up. You can set it up with a software RAID, but all in all, this was made to be a simple to use, hot swappable external enclosure. And out of all the 4-bay enclosures on the market, this one is one of the best you can get. And if you are interested in getting one of these for yourselves, I've included some links for you down below for some of the best pricing and availability. So as usual with all my reviews, I'll start with any cons and leave off on a good note with the pros. All in all, I was thoroughly impressed with this enclosure and didn't have any real cons. I do wish it did have NAS hardware capabilities, but I do know that would have skyrocketed the price, and also that ICY DOCK does also provide NAS products, just in different style enclosures. So I won't really call this a true con, since ICYCube was built and marketed to be an enclosure, and ICY DOCK does have NAS solutions in their lineup. So that was actually the only quote-unquote con I had, and now onto the pros, which I do have quite a lot of since I was very happy with this product. The first pro is definitely ease of use, because an enclosure can be the best built, best performing, most aesthetic model out there, but if it's not easy to set up and you can't get it up and running, it's pretty much useless to you. With this ICYCube, I had absolutely no problem setting it up. I literally threw the drives in, plugged either the eSATA or USB 3 cord into my rig, and it automatically found the drives in Explorer. As it shows on the box, it's basically the definition of plug and play. Like if my mom or dad wanted to set it up and they absolutely know nothing about computers, I have no worries they would miraculously be able to set this bad boy up. The next pro is performance, and this ICYCube has all the hardware needed to run its best. If you didn't know by now, the brand and model ICY DOCK and ICYCube was not just random arbitrary names that they came up with to sound cool, but the company's whole motto is to provide maximum cooling to all their products and the components housed inside them. In the case of the ICYCube, the whole surface is made of aluminum/aluminium for all my UK friends, which in itself acts as a heatsink to help absorb internal heat and bring it outside via surface dissipation. That's why when you feel a lot of aluminum phones, tablets, and laptops get warm, it's actually doing the internal components a favor by transferring away some of the heat. And if the ICYCube's aluminum build wasn't enough to keep the drives cool, there's also quite a powerful fan running at the back, exhausting air. This fan can be turned up to high to maximize cooling, turned down low for minimal noise, or auto-regulate itself in the auto position. And if you didn't want any fan noise at all, or you're running SSDs which don't need much cooling, you can easily remove the fan from the ICYCube. And speaking of the aluminum build, this brings me to my next pro, which is design and build quality. So not only does the aluminum help keep everything cool, it also looks very beautiful as one solid piece surrounding the unit, and it also helps with durability. This use of aluminum definitely is a refreshing change from the usual all-plastic enclosures. Even the drive bays are metal instead of plastic, so you won't have to worry about flexing and cracking of the drives. All in all, I think this is the most well-built drive enclosure out there at the moment. And if you can find a more robust unit, let me know in the comments. The last part I want to mention is flexibility. This enclosure was always able to support both 3.5 and 2.5 inch drives, but the early models actually needed an adapter to house those 2.5 size drives. They've since updated and modified the drive tray so you don't need any adapters and you just easily screw the drives in. Also, though eSATA is probably the ideal way to connect this drive, as that will provide the fastest speed, for those who don't have an easily accessible eSATA port or just don't have one at all, you can still connect this via the much more common USB 3 method, and both cables are included with this enclosure. So to wrap things up, as you already know, I am very happy with this product and expect to use it for many years to come as my mass storage solution. It's easy to set up for even the biggest noobs, has one of, if not the best cooling and build quality, and is very versatile for drive types and connectivity. And like I mentioned, check out the links in the description for the best pricing and availability if you want one for yourself. So I hope you guys all enjoyed my full review of the ICYCube by ICY DOCK. Let me know in the comments what mass storage solution you guys have or would like to have. Would you go ease of use via an external enclosure, or go all out and spend a bit more on a full NAS unit? Also, how interested are you guys in me reviewing storage units? Would you like me to review a NAS product in the future? Drop me a line in the comments and let this guy know. And if you did enjoy this video, please thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and let me know why. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram and or Twitter. It would be much appreciated. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.